The locker room after the first game, it was different.
How close this group is on the same page.
I felt a good vibe in the locker room and with the team the whole time I've been here.
Who gives the worst pep talks?
Coach
Person that probably keeps it loose in practice the most is probably Diggy, I think.
I agree.
He's always chiming in and saying something.
I want to tell him to cut every single time that you're in. Because you only talk to me when there's a camera on me.
Shout out mom, shout out dad. What's up, boys and girls?
Or Gaines.
Yeah, Gaines too, yeah. That's
Gaines
probably.
does some dumb stuff.
Gaines probably is the most, I've never met someone like Mason in my life.
Yeah, I was not expecting that when I first came on the campus.
Hold on! Stop! Show me on 2, 1, 2, 2!
And Bishop feeds
And
into
Bishop,
it.
yeah, Bishop feeds into it too.
Come on!
Bishop's a clown.
I had to stand outside your guys' batting box. It was so bad.
It's kind of a team effort.
Townies win!
The worst pep talks are probably me when Chase says, yeah, Chalk's got something to say.
And what's 32 times 2? 67. Here we go, math on 2, 1, 2.
Bad math.
Every time Alex is like, you did not have anything to say. It's brutal.
Who else?
Yours are pretty bad.
Mine, I don't really say that much though.
They locked in for the next 2 hours. And game times in 2.
Little Caesars with per diem or free Texas Roadhouse?
What surprised me most about the older guys was one, how old they were. I mean, we have two 25-year-olds, 23, how they're still able to get along with the freshmen and the sophomores and the underclassmen. I kind of thought it would have been like a big difference of like adults and, you know, kids that are just now getting to college, but you guys have been getting closer with us as the year goes on. It's easy to approach you guys and talk.
You've been the perfect freshman. You work your tail off, you do the dirty work, you take the buckets, you don't complain about it, but at the same time, you're not really deer in headlights. You can joke around and give it back when people are joking with you.
Fun's over.
And I realized he wasn't just another older guy. Probably around 3 or 4 practices in, being able to go behind him at first base and talking with him, introducing me. You're very inclusive with everybody on the team and you make sure that everybody is contributing or getting after it in practice.
Vaughn, catch it.
The way you work, and obviously being a freshman and having Trout, who plays your position and has pretty much seen everything in college baseball, it'd be really easy to be like, all right, I'm not gonna play, so there's no point in me practicing hard. You're always on top of your stuff, even though Trout is someone that's kind of ahead of you.
He was one of the first ones that reached out after I committed. He followed me on Instagram and said congrats. I kind of figured that he'd be one of the nicer guys on the team, one of the older guys. That's what he turned out to be.
Jeremy's got Vaughn on the camera right now. Not Mike, but the camera. Pressure's on. It'd be such good TV if you grounded out to me.
I hope Vaughn just learns that this game is fun, that it's gonna knock you down, you're gonna feel on top of the world.
They hit tonight, smacks it to deep left, that goes off the wall, and the Mavericks cash in.
Find the joy in all of it because it goes fast, especially as a freshman. I hope that he just learns that these 4 years are gone in a blink. You don't get it back. It'll be the best time of your life.
Yeah!
Let's go, that's gonna be on Hulu.
Winner, winner.
The biggest thing that I see in Vaughn that I see in myself is that he's very quick to do things for others, and he doesn't complain about much, like all the freshman duties. He handles it how I handled it. He's taking it like a champ.
Something that'll stick with me next year is being a leader at first base. Usually when people think of the infield, you think of shortstop, second base as kind of the leaders there. He's very vocal throughout the game and talking with the pitchers and the rest of the infield, even the outfield too.
Get over it. Me and you want to grab ball. Go, baby. That's on the mic. That was Hayden Lewis, by the way.
The baseball team, we do all the normal stuff, the hanging out, the video games. This fall, we had an intramural flag football team. We won the League. We went to the regional in Lincoln and we won that. Winning is a skill. You have to train. You handle adversity with each other, doing hard things, help in every aspect of life, and especially baseball.
Do you guys play on that team?
No, I did not.
They didn't make it.
There was no tryout.
I wasn't very interested.
We weren't interested either. It was mutual.
There you go. Get out of that corner. Start your corner. Doing stuff like Celtic after practice and lift, it brings us together because baseball's hard. It's fun to just bond with the guys doing something that's not baseball.
From the locker room after the first game, it was different. I felt like the general consensus in the locker room was that we should have won the game.
Diggins over to Cornelli and a nice turn by the freshman.
In the past, it hasn't been there. We're just kind of happy to be at these cool places. But when we went 0-3 the first weekend, I felt people were really worked up about it, so we thought that we were good enough to win.
I think that's different, just from like the beginning of the fall, how close this group is.
There was a change after Arizona State.
And the pitch from Alba. Sexton flies this one into right field, and that's going to drop.
I'd say I felt a good vibe in the locker room and with the team the whole time I've been here.
Bishop over to third. Brody Sexton coming in the clutch.
Road games help build camaraderie and teach us that we need to bring our own energy because no one there wants us to win but the guys in our dugout.
Home to Bishop. Skied in the air.
It just helps us bring our own energy.
At the wall, and it's gone.
The thing that people don't realize that's hard about being on the road for so long is the academic piece. Everybody's missing a bunch of classes. Having to do assignments on the road is obviously not ideal.
Having to navigate like online classes and reaching out to professors.
Just locking in as much as I can during my actual class time.
And then practice and games on top of that.
We got to get ourselves ready to play, eating off a hotel breakfast. Just finding ways to get your nutrition and get ready to play. Another thing tough with road trips is sleeping not in your bed. People take their bed for granted, but sleeping in the hotel bed definitely affects your sleep.
This year especially has been probably the most fun year of baseball so far that I've had since my senior year of high school. Me and Jackson started playing baseball together when we were freshmen in high school. I went to junior college and we were actually in the same conference.
I loved playing against him in JUCO, and I committed to UNO about 2.5 months before he did, and I was super pumped to see that he committed. We weren't very highly recruited out of high school. We both worked incredibly hard. We both had our adversities.
Kind of just keeps everything loose, and during the baseball season where there's going to be a lot of ups and downs, you're kind of steady. People gravitate towards that.
You're pretty steady Eddie too with your work. You come in, whether you're pitching good, pitching bad, you're normally the same guy and you're really pulling on the rope.
We talked about before we went to Arizona, we were on the plane. We're like, oh, this is our first plane flight together.
The fact that we're both here playing Division I baseball in our hometown together, it's amazing.
We definitely have a good group of guys.
1-2. We're going to go compete.
Good people win.
1-2-1-2.